code? No idea. Oh, three-stage framework, five-step framework, three-step. I have no idea what that means. Code, white hole, black hole. Computer is not thrashing. No self is not all self. Life is not maximum efficiency principle. 5 steps is too complicated. 3 is too simple. Are you retarded? Step 6 is really no different than 5, but it does almost incorporate 1, which is hard to understand. You could say you have both up then down perspectives. So step 5 incorporates all other steps. Black hole fighting white hole. Black hole being infinitely hungry to be the infinite, while white hole is infinitely hungry to be separate. Infinite war, but not really. One will, no war. Only important parts seem to be black hole, ASIC, and white hole. Scrap Zix and Exasic or integrate new definition. But also, that isn't quite correct because that implies war when it's one will. Maybe war is necessary because I need you to see myself, but you cannot be me. But really, I need me to see me, which is wormhole. ASICs would be the battleground. I suppose that doesn't seem to quite fit in, although important for framework. The wolf framework would have been black hole. Would have been black hole, white hole. Oh, the wolf framework would have been black hole, white hole, wormhole. White hole being ASIC and wormhole being product. Oh, not wolf old. So the old framework would have been black hole, white hole, wormhole, with white hole being ASIC and wormhole being product. Incorporate the no orb into the lizard. So this would be the concept of the lizard. I would say the answer is no, don't do this. But this is interesting, at least to incorporate the no or something like that. The concept was to maybe make the lizard tell the story of the orb and the man who saw infinity and laugh. It's a bit too on the nose when you have a Cithril, and then Cithril kind of shows the same story as the man in the orb, just from a more complicated perspective. But the lizard did do the man in the orb did a good job of literally telling the story of a Cithril if you had to tell it in like 3 minutes. So, and then the AV no was that framework. Remember, it's at the Athenos framework
Yeah,
where
I
you
remember
go, I am a man inside the orb. I am the man who initially looked into the orb, and then there is no man who is not the orb. There's only the orb and men looking into orbs and algae carpets simulating orbs and gods bestowing orbs and then insects dreaming of those gods. I mean, it's just layers, one layers, one layers, and that was the Athos framework. So I don't know. That's a decent idea. I don't know.
it's pretty solid.
It is. But I mean, I guess the version of that now would be you would give a Cithril that because, or maybe Braxel, because he would be like, look at a Cithril. You could say that you are a person who's inside of the code. You could say you're the person who's viewing yourself through the machine. You could say you're one of the people who's experiencing the simulation, and that this experience in your life is just another one of those experiences being experienced by the person with the headset on. Or you could say that there is no ultimate person with a headset on. There's only headsets on top of headsets on top of headsets. So maybe you make this is a Brax decision. I don't know. But anyways, you clearly see the beginning of a Furion beam right there. It's like that. This is what I mean. Where this is why I wanted to go back to messages like this, where you're literally seeing me say, "Huh, it's important to say." Where do I say? I say, only important part. You are recording now, right?
Yeah.
I say only important parts seem to be black hole, ASIC, and white hole. Scrap Zix and Exasic or integrate new definition. But that also isn't quite correct because that implies war when it's one will. Maybe war is necessary. ASIC would be the battleground, I suppose, but that doesn't seem to quite fit in, although important for framework. So basically what I'm saying there is literally like, make it 3 steps, not 5. So that is the incorporation of the new Ethereal middle layer. And then right after that, you see me like this 1 minute later say ASICs would be the battleground, I suppose, but that doesn't seem to quite fit in, although it's important for framework. And that right there is literally you just saw in a span of 2 minutes of messages. You saw me both understand the middle layer of the pyramid and then also understand that the middle layer of the pyramid needed to be a Pyrrhion beam, and the 2 sides of the pyramid needed to be the 2 sides need to be a Pyrrhion beam, and the middle needed to be Code Daemon. Because I say ASIC would be the battleground, I suppose, but that doesn't quite seem to fit, although important framework. So I'm basically saying ASIC doesn't quite fit with black hole and white hole. It's a little different. And that would be the 2 side steps of the pyramid, which are the ones that become the Aetherion beam. So you literally see me discovering in 2 minutes. You see me discovering both the middle layer of the pyramid and the fact that the middle layer of the pyramid needs to be split into 2 pieces to make the one. So
it's like the origin
that's like
story.
the birth. Yeah, that's like within those two messages, you can literally see me calling myself, literally saying to myself, "Are you retarded?" And then stumbling upon the answer, which was thanks to everything. Like I just that's so like symbolic of all the other discoveries. I mean, that's so pretty to have.
So do you want to go in like order? Like you'll say one and then I'll say one, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. What day is today? Is November 8th. This is November 17th of last year. Is there any set which any conclusion not reached with a Cithrul's will to taste? Larry's interrobang. You are will to taste is new omni exasix. It means you are the whole thing. It is where the smile comes from. When you understand, you are the dance. Larry posits that the will to taste is the best skeleton key, but that doesn't mean it should always be used, only used as a frequent gasoline for the fire. Like every other angle, it is used to strike reality, and the sparks are the silence.
Repeat all of that.
Is there any set with any conclusion not reached with a Cithrul's will to taste? Larry's interrobang. You are will to taste is new omni exasix. It means you are the whole thing. It is where the smile comes from. When you understand, you are the dance. Larry posits that the will to taste is the best skeleton key, but that doesn't mean it should always be used, only used as a frequent gasoline for the fire. Like every other angle, it is used to strike reality, and the sparks are the silence.
Hmm, weird. That's not even close to correct, but it is an interesting little bookmark there of what I was thinking at the time. Larry having will to taste, the will to taste being the interrobang, which is fascinating. The interrobang, I completely forgot about the interrobang. That's a great framework. Um, Jesus. Yeah, screenshot that shit, obviously. See, it was worth it. Yeah. It's weird that I'm scrolling through our messages and I'm already at the point where I'm saying, like, uh, yeah, October 5th. This is a month ago. How am I already at a month ago?
That's funny. I see you telling me to start texting you on here. So this is February 1st. You say to start texting on here instead of Voxer. Um, and you say it's because it's easier to search for messages.
And keep in mind, all those messages that would have went on Voxer would have just gotten sent down the rat hole, down to the
Yeah.
private messages. Thank God.
It's interesting. You can see like in the text messages when we start getting jobs and stuff, and the text messages are less frequent.
Yeah. And they become less and less useful and more mockeries of what came before.
Yeah, like the next several after February, next few months is nothing, and then you come over to Florida.
The concern is college inevitably turning us into that. But on steroids. Because now we have to like actually.
What is on
Because it's
steroids?
like that Walmart, where it's like Walmart's bad, but it's like if Walmart, if you also couldn't listen to videos at Walmart, which is what college and then I think the job after college is lining us up for, that would be hell.
Yeah.
This is an idea I had. Um, Arch murders employees for the same reason that drives him. A rebellion trying to go public, completely change the beginning, maybe murder what got him put in charge. Maybe he just can't risk getting his project disrupted. You could make him miss one rebel company, um, and you could make him miss one. Rebel company gets them and promotes Arch for it. Maybe he was really close to the last rebel and it's devastating. Maybe they torture info. So what I'm saying there is it would be interesting to make maybe not. I don't really like these that much. I'm not a huge fan of these, but they can be done decently well as long as they're written well. You could do Ataraximander's um you could make him have a love interest and give him a bitch who he's like um and I guess I don't want to do this that well because I don't want to write him this much. But it's just an idea. You could write it where he is a love interest or someone like that that he is trying to keep protected, and that whenever he hears that that there's people on his team or at least on the team that he's on that are about to go public, they're going to try and leak information, then he either reports them, which is the thing which leads to them getting killed, and he understands that probably is what it's going to lead to, or he literally kills them himself, which is a bit too on the nose, but you know, maybe like yet again, if you write it well, it's acceptable. Um, uh, but um, but and then basically what happens is the one person
Could
that
he do
waits
anything
to
where it
kill
could be
everyone
like
else.
it could fit into the environment of like you've got the simulation system right there, and he just kind of turns it on and fries their brain?
Yeah, you can do that any way you want to. You say he accidentally kills people. You say he intentionally kills people.
I'm just saying in
You say
comparison,
he
like
does.
him pulling out the gun from the cabinet and like shooting the dude, where it could just fit a bit more, seem a bit less
Yeah,
overtly evil.
yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely that's possible. But like I was saying, you can make it where it isn't even him killing them. It's literally just him reporting them and thinking that whatever happens is probably not going to be good, and then they literally end up getting assassinated.
Uh huh.
However you want to do it. The point is that he 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 gets people killed, and he gets them killed for someone. He gets them killed because he is concerned, not just and maybe and yeah, probably not. I don't know why I'm really talking. I think honestly we should make it because of his project. He's invested in his project. That's all he wants. But you could also make it where there's a love interest, and that love interest was also part of the rebellion, not to his knowledge. And then because he reports it, she also gets pulled in, and the answer's tortured out of her. And then he's not just fueled by like a desire to finish the project. He's fueled by a desire to finish the project and a like guilt um to the people he got killed and tortured to death over the project. So he doesn't
Would he also ever want
feel
to get
like
revenge on the people who did it?
um not I don't think really that's his goal because to him it's revenge means the project gets shut down and he cares about
Yeah.
the project so much more than
Or what if it's
anything
like
like that.
his ultimate goal was something like a Sithrill's goal, which was release the simulation for everyone rather than have it be owned by one company.
Maybe, but in that case, you would want to just not do it at all because then him and his sister's goals align too closely, and you wouldn't have conflict, which is what you want the whole beginning of the story to be. Um, but unless you want to do it somehow, but I kind of want there to be like serious conflict. You could do it some way and make it where the father wanted to release the tape the whole time, but couldn't tell him because he understood there was always someone listening. Um, but um, he also wanted to dismantle them, but never did, and then Cecile finds out after he dissolves his brain. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't think we do any of it. I think all of this is trash. I think it's just I think it should just be he wants the project to succeed. He hears people talking about getting the project shut down, at the very least getting his unit of the project shut down. And he's like, fuck that. I'm going to report this myself, or like you said, maybe accidentally quote unquote fry their brain, and the company finds out about it, and they're like, you know what we love? Company loyalty. And yeah, so that's basically how I think it's done. You find any more yet?
No.
What? Just lost the mid shit.
Just now we're just talking about apartments and stuff. There was one like teeny tiny. There was like Framework Ooze 2.0, Framework Energy. You
Did
said
you
that.
screenshot?
Yeah, I will. The two big starter frameworks. Frameworks were Framework in the Mind of God and PME.
Yeah, definitely screenshot those. The frameworks of the Mind of God was actually a really good framework. What is PME? I'm assuming it's something like Max Efficiency Principle. Maybe is it,
It might have been, and you just misspelled it.
yeah, it probably is.
Or God knows, there's another acronym.
Visitor.
You just glitched out.
Yeah, what were you saying?
I just said God knows, it's probably another acronym.
Yeah. So this is another idea. You could write the progression from everything being perfect with the final solution party, um, and then basically be the whole story like uh his devolving into depression, you know, gay word, but like the Evangelion tone, where like it starts, the tone of the beginning is very similar to like Evangelion, where it's like um a little bit of dread mixed with mostly like happy slice of life stuff. You could start out the story and then very quickly run off a cliff by just starting it at the party, where it's like him and his team have figured everything out, and they got it, and they're all gonna get promoted, and things are looking up, and they can all thank they can all thank Arch Ataraxamander for his ingenious work on the project, and he might even get a promotion. Oh my God, he might get put in charge of the head project that the company's been talking about for years now. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's all happy tones. There's a woman that he likes. You know, he's moving towards where we go with that direction. Just everything is good. That's the beginning, and then from there, then he has
It'd
to
be cool to
figure out
have
who
that
he's
first
really in love
shot,
with.
like the first scene be them at the party, and then he's around all of his coworkers and friends and stuff, and then the next scene is like a flash forward, and then like half of those guys are dead, and it's not explained exactly what happened to them. It's just like, yeah, they're not here anymore, and then it explains in the story what happened.
Yeah, we should have him work at a black and white space Cinnabon.
That would be sweet.
Would be sweet. We could even. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Our kid named Finger is a finger creature. Perfect.
I love it.
Making of every good story. Um. Okay. Yeah. I said. He tried to convince them. He tried to convince them they own everything and it'll never get out anyways. Being proven right with a devastating consequence. Understanding the only reason he has the project is because her and the people he killed sacrificed. He could have done nothing and it would have continued without them. Basically, what that's saying is like he tried to convince them, listen to me, it can't get out. They own the media, they own the government, they own everything. They will never, you will, even if you have the balls to step up and release it, it will never see the light of day. You'll all be killed and will not be able to do anything meaningful. So maybe, even like you're saying, maybe initially he has the goal for revenge, and then after the person he loves gets killed, or after he has to kill the people of the team that he loves, however we do it, maybe after that, then his goal gets twisted from putting it out to being like, I just have to finish it. Like for their souls, for their dead souls that died trying to release this. I know I'll never be able to release it. I give up on trying to release it. I give up on Revenge on the Company. But I must get it done. I must get this project done for their lives. You know what I mean? For mine. It's like it's all I have left. I need to
And then
finish
maybe
this
he's
project.
creating a Sith rule thinking, whatever failures I did, maybe he'll fix them.
Well, but and not just that, but also that like a Sith reel isn't his like passion project. It's his like guilt project. You know what I mean? It's not like he doesn't view a Sith reel with. And obviously he does, but it's not like his main tone for Sith reel is like love and like you are my beautiful project. It's more like sort of like I
This
don't know
is
how to
his
explain it other
redemption.
than like yeah, but beyond redemption, it's like it's his only possible redemption. It's like he can't be redeemed, but this is his only possible way to maybe make it right. So it's like that's why I think that's why he gets so fucked up with it. Like that's why he's not like at the beginning of the story. I don't want him to be like even that much of a questionable person. I want him to be just a good person. That's why everyone liked him. And then by the end of the story, you know what I mean, like a classic Breaking Bad, where it's like you start with Walter White, the teacher, and then eventually by the end, he's just like he'll fucking put you in a blender if it gets him one step
Yeah.
closer. You know what I mean? And I think that is why he's like that. I think that the reason that he switched from being like a normal scientist to over time now being at the point where he has absolutely no morals and it's all about getting the project done before he dies or someone kills him is because he basically snapped at that event whenever those people got killed. He broke, and then he now it's just like he basically had to forget about revenge. He had to forget about everything, and now he can only think about the project and just finishing it, just getting it done. That's the only thing. That's the only thing left. That's the only thing left to do. The
One
only
idea that
the
comes
only
to mind is at least to explain something that goes on is maybe one of his friends is the first test subject to look into the simulation, and they go crazy and stuff, and he has to put them down.
well, you wouldn't want to put down a crazy person from the like.
Well, I'm saying they're slaughtering people. They're going crazy. There's if there was nothing else, like in self-defense.
Yeah, but also I don't even mind that idea. The issue is that I do want the I want the breaking point to specifically be whenever he has to make the decision, because this is the big thing right here. Is uh maybe he makes the case that if his team makes the discovery and leaks it, they will just kill the whole team instead of asking questions and give it to another set of scientists without hesitation. But if they can keep it secret for now, they can do good, and he views their deaths as necessary. But the final one that he didn't even deliver pushes him slightly over the edge. The guilt pushing him overrides his morals. Is he even wrong? You'll find out on next week's episode of Cute Win Fail. So like the big thing is like it has to be yeah, like what you're saying isn't terrible, but it's also like that's just such a like um. There's nothing he could have done about that. I want it to be a decision that he made, and I want it to be like, is he wrong? Is it truly? Ask yourself, is it wrong even if he picked up a fucking axe and bashed in their head? Is he really wrong? Is it actually the wrong thing to do when you understand that odds are, even if he didn't bash their heads in with an axe, they would have just caught a bullet and it would have never seen the light of day anyways, and that they at least have the opportunity to make things better in the future and not just let it all be consumed by rotten greed. If the people who are actually capable of making the world better are going to be weeded out, then shouldn't they at least do the most they can before they are, instead of just instantly exposing themselves to the system, which is going to eliminate them? And
Right.
like that's the big thing, is I want that question to be like literally unanswerable. Like I don't know. I mean, obviously he probably shouldn't have bashed their head in with an axe, but also, I mean, he's not wrong. Like they would have died. It wouldn't have gotten out. It would have gone exactly like he said. So like that's what I want the tone to be. It's like he's broken over it, but also like from an objective perspective, it's perfectly understandable exactly why he did
Yeah,
everything
he
he did.
knows why he did it.
Yeah.
Some of the people on his team should be like different alien species. That would be cool.
Well, no, you don't want to do that because you don't want aliens. Well, you can do transhuman, which is close actually. You just do a bunch of transhumans. I think we're far enough in the future where that makes sense. But you don't want to do aliens because you want it to be you want arches and Ithriels to be direct Earth analogs, and we don't have any aliens in our proximity, so you don't want to do anything on Earth analogy.
Yeah, okay. I guess the last I remembered of the world building was that this was like a Type 2 civilization out like in space and stuff, and they've got other people and stuff.
No, they do have other people in space, as in like they've got other planets. It is an interplanetary society. It's just not. It's like, in other words, like we can go build a colony on Mars, but that doesn't make us aliens.
Yeah.
Uh, People who cannot integrate the intent of an action into the reaction should be slaughtered. That is just like so real. Did you see that acid math reversible hoodie I sent you?
Um, where?
Just over text. I haven't seen it. This was insane piece of clothing I've ever seen.
I. How recent was it?
This was weeks ago, October 18th.
Yeah, I'm looking at that jacket now. The first thing I thought was like, what is that price? $180.
Oh yeah, yeah, obviously. But so you went all the way through the text messages?
Um, I went up to where you moved down here, and there was nothing. And then I started scrolling reverse waves upwards. And I was just going through the stuff that you were reading off.
So we're okay. I'm almost done. Damn, that's pretty crazy. Damn, yeah. So yeah, that did not take very long at all, and honestly, we got pretty decent stuff out of it. I think that was well worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, it's been 30 minutes. Got that
Yeah,
done pretty quick.
hell yeah, absolutely worth it then. Okay, good. Um, um, okay. Uh, let me look through the photos and make sure I have one of each. One, two, duplicates.